Gangster. Hello everybody, my name is Nathan Blackburn. Today I'm here at Motion Board Shop to talk to you about the Superpig from Ride Snowboards. This is the boss hog of laying logs. This board is #1 and I'm a big fan of it. This board continues the same great awesomeness that the Warpig has built for the Ride Snowboards brand. This just takes it up a couple notches. This is a snowboard for an expert rider, someone who needs a fully cambered tread sled in order to get down the mountain. We're going to talk about some of the similarities and then move on to some of the differences. The similarities between the Superpig and the Warpig: the Superpig's going to have that same shape in all the different sizes. You get that wider waist width, a little bit of taper in the tail, a biradial side cut, which is more turn up in the nose, a little bit less turn in the tail to make this board feel a little bit more quick in and out and easier from edge to edge. That's pretty much where the similarities end. Now let's talk about some of the differences, which really makes this hog stand out. First off, this board is cambered from essentially this point on the deck all the way to the tail with a rockered nose. This means that you get a lot more edge control, you get a lot more pop out of this board with that cambered dominant mid body. The other thing that helps to make this board a little bit more poppy is the fact that you're gonna get a carbon slime wall in the back half of the deck. So this board has slime walls or urethane sidewalls all the way throughout the sidewall of the deck, but in the tail, they mix it with carbon fiber in that urethane to make the tail even poppier. This is gonna make that board really explode out of the snow and really gives it a super stiff and stable ride. Whereas the Warpig is more of a medium flexing board, the Superpig is an aggressively stiff flexing board. Out of 10, this board feels like a 9 out of 10 flex when I rode it. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely a piece to add for a quiver for someone who's looking for an awesome POW board or someone who just eats Red Bull can and all, and they're a hard charging son of a gun. After that, they go with a carbon array 5 underneath the foot. The Warpig has a carbon array 3, the Superpig's got the carbon array 5. So 5 pieces of carbon fiber going from edge to edge in an X underneath each binding to help keep this board torsionally rigid from side to side and just making it react faster when going from rail to rail in your carves. After that, the base of this board gets a centered race base. It's a little bit faster to help make this board get up and start riding quicker than you would be used to if you were riding the Warpig. One of the last things that I think really separates this board from the Warpig is the person who would be riding it. This board is intended for an expert level rider, someone who's very confident going from edge to edge. This is a type of board where you gotta be paying attention when you ride it. You can't be lackadaisically cruising around on the mountain like you can on the Warpig, which is more forgiving. This is a performance tool meant to be riding at high speeds. If it had a gearbox, this board loves to ride in 4th and 5th gear. It wants to go quickly, it wants to rail, and it wants to be ridden up in the front seat. So you gotta be driving your turns and really laying the board over to get the most performance out of it. It's not really intended for a beginner or even an intermediate rider. It's intended for someone who knows what they're doing, an experienced shredder who's looking for an all-mountain board that can really slay everywhere. It can handle a big jump. It could go in the park, I guess, but you're really gonna notice this board performing well for big natural features in soft snow situations or someone who loves to rail carves on hard packed groomers, which is one of the things that I noticed about this board. It does a great job when you're carving. If you've got any questions or comments about the Superpig, hit us up at motionboardshop.com or give us a call at the shop. The phone number here is 206-372-5268. This is Nate signing off, reminding you to always ride safe and wear your helmet.